What's up, guys? I just want to say this real quick. Um, so, the more you expose yourself to rejection, the better you get at it. I know this is a very, very, very hard pill to swallow, but it's the only way that you can get over it. Like, you have to expose yourself to it. Like, you have to put yourself there, out there, get rejected, and I mean, you have to let people reject you. Reject you. You have to let people dislike you. You have to allow people to hate you. All that. If you if you are one of those persons that get overly emotional and you react like you're like every time that you get rejected, you get heartbroken, your feelings get hurt, you I mean, you'll know the story. I know the story because I've been there, and if you're watching me, I know that you're probably been there too. And I don't know how can I tell you that I've been so many times, like I've been rejected so many times. People they tell I remember a friend of mine, that he used to tell me, "Oh my God, you're so confident. You are, like you got all this confidence in you." And um I'm like, "What? Really? Do you think I'm a very confident person?" Yeah, you're actually rest in peace, because that a friend of mine, he died in a motorcycle accident, and but he used to tell me that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not confident at all. And then he asked me, he was like, how do you get like that? And I'm like, well, that's because I've been through so much rejection through my entire whole life. That's why. That's why I appear sometimes, like to be like a confident person, but I'm not. I'm just a human, just like anybody else. I get my feelings hurt. I Man, like honestly, I'm just a crybaby. Like I'm a real crybaby. Like I am so emotional all the time. You know, like I could be super super happy, and I can shift from being super extra happy to be very very like teary eyes, like I'm teary. It's so easy to make me cry in public. That sometimes I avoid talking to people just because of that. Because if they start like asking me things, that can get me like emotional. Like I'm like, fuck, it's like this is why I don't talk. This is why I don't like to talk to this guy, or this is why I don't like to talk to this person, because like it is easy, like to break those barriers, from me, you know and a lot of times, what I do is like I try to keep I just I appear sometimes, to be a little bit antisocial, and I kind of like retract myself, and I'm like, no, I don't want to talk, because I don't want to talk to this guy, because I know that I'm gonna get like really emotional, like talking to him or to this whatever, but anyways, the point is, what I'm trying to say is what I just say. It's that I do remember that, that he used to ask me, he's like, how do you get so confident? And I was like, it's easy. You just put yourself out there. You have to break through that. You have to expose yourself to rejection. Like for example, if you know someone is gonna reject you, like you actually try with that person. You just test the water. Like like you you're almost 100% sure, that that person is gonna reject you. So that's the person that you target. Like you go for that person. And I don't know, whatever it is, you just get over it. And that's the easiest way to gain more confidence on yourself. Because the more you get rejected, the easier it will be for you to get over that phase. You know, and I've been so hard. I've been a lot of times, my God, since I was a kid, since I was a kid, because I fell in love, in such early stages of my life, when I was a kid. Um, and I've gone, through so many platonic loves, with friends and stuff. But anyways, the thing is that, yeah, that's how you do it. If you want to, if you're a little crybaby, I mean, I don't know how to say it. I hope nobody, I hope don't get offended. But if you're like a little crybaby, like me, and you're very emotional about everything, and you are tired of being that person, I'm not saying, like now. I mean, take your time. Also take. You gotta take your time. You have to. Your mind and your heart will tell you whenever you're ready. To put yourself out there. And sometimes, that process can take. It can take weeks. It can take months. It can take years sometimes. I'm telling you, it is not like some. It is not something that you develop, from one day to another. It takes practice, and it could take years of practice. And but I'm telling you, it's just the more you put yourself out there, the more you expose yourself to rejection. It's like the better you get at it. And like you just become, like you just start developing a little like this armor, for yourself. And it's basically that armor, that shield is, it's like piece by piece that you take, from each rejection that you go through life. Practically, that's how you build your armor. It's like, okay, I need a piece, like over here. And you just talk to someone that you know that is gonna reject you. Like that person is gonna reject you. That's the person that you're gonna talk to. Like you just tell them something. I don't know. Tell them you like them. Now I like you. Like tell that person that you like that person. Say, hey, I like you. Whatever. I don't know. Just be creative. It's like like I like you. I want to be with you, or I want to be in a relation with you. Just say the cheesiest thing. That can maybe like come up to your mind, and watch the magic happens. So obviously, you're gonna be like, obviously, the first times and the first tries, because you are so into it. You, as humans, we are always expecting, we want to win. That's the problem. It's like we always want to win. So you have to let go of that feeling. You have to, instead of like thinking that you're gonna win all the time, you just grab the bag, of losing. You're like, meh. You're like, you know what? She's not gonna like me. He's not gonna like me. I'm not trying to tell you, to have a low self-esteem. But when you think that you're gonna win all the time, that exactly is the problem right there. When you think, that you every time, that you talk to someone, that you are the biggest player out there, that you are gonna win, that you're gonna get them all, that you're gonna get all the chicks, or you're gonna get all the boys, or that you're always gonna get laid, that you're never gonna get rejected. When you think like that, that's when you get hurt, you know. So instead of like going, you know, with the instead of like going thinking that you're always gonna win, all you gotta do is just like say, fuck it. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say it, and you know, just like just detach yourself from that feeling of I'm gonna win, you know, like he's mine or she's mine. I don't know what, depending on however it's, you know, your orientation, you know, heterosexual, homosexual relation, it doesn't matter. You're just simply gonna put yourself out there. You're gonna say what you really think, and you're gonna accept that, and you're gonna go with the losing instead of like, I mean, you can carry the winning bag, but always remember to carry your losing bag and learn to walk away when you're losing. And that's how you become like a master on your confidence, and you're gonna talk, you know, like confident to anybody. And I know, and I'm not saying that I'm the most confident person in that, like right here. Like, 'cause I am so shy. Sometimes I can barely tell, you know, if I like somebody, I can, you know, I can barely tell people, you know, when I like them. But that's how you develop, you know, like that's how you start getting into the people. That's how you start getting to know the people, that actually you start gathering the people that really really like you, the people that are going to accept you how you are, the people who are going to appreciate your presence, you know. It is by letting go of all the people that you are so obsessed into getting them into your life. You just have to, whenever you see that they reject you, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. You don't want to be my friend? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. That's it. Oh, yeah, no big deal. You don't like me? Oh, okay, no big deal. Sure, you don't like me. You know, that's it. Yeah, no problem. I understand. He's like, I feel it, bro. You don't like me. You you know, you're not into me, sure, you know, and you do the same, you know, whenever, you know, instead of like being so empathetic and so condescending to everybody, if you don't like someone, you know, just go away and that's it. Just get away. delete delete your from your WhatsApp. Take that person out of your Instagram. Do whatever it takes, you know, and just take them out of your life. You know, no need to be explaining all like giving all these explanations, which I used to support that. I used to support that, you know, like, you know, like explaining, over explaining yourself. No, don't do that, you know, just take care of yourself, because people do not appreciate over a person who over explains themselves. They don't. They just don't. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. You know, like I wish it was like that, you know, because I support a good explanation. I do that. I love that. I like to explain myself. I love to talk to people and let them know. It's like, hey, look, this is the reason why I'm like this, or this is, I don't like you because of this and that. But people do not appreciate that. They just don't for some reason. And this creation of this world, God created the humans just like that. Whatever you want to think, we're not made like that. That's not how it clicks on their brain. You, when you know, when you don't like someone, you just go away, and that's it. And bye. This is the world that we're living, you know, where you just get away. And I mean, if the person really maybe like request an explanation, and you think, you know, it is worth explaining it to them, then sure, you know, go ahead and do it. You know, why not? But if you don't think, if you don't be explaining to everybody. You know, don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't do me, because I do that all the time. Because I used, well, kind of. I'm trying to change it now, but I used to do that all the time. And you know, like the problem is, you know, that every time that you explain yourself, people take it as a weakness. You know, unfortunately, not a lot of people, they see it as a strength. You know, they see it as a weak. They see you as a weak individual. They they see you like as a clingy, weak individual, and they don't even find it attractive. You know, people don't find. I don't know what's up with our brains. People don't find that attractive. People find attractive a man who knows how to walk away and just simply let it go. So, bye guys. I'll see you all. Take care.